Wow, we're live. Welcome to Get Funded. Huge show today. I mean, like huge. I'm so excited. Greg Plitt's going to be the guest, and Greg's going to talk about his life, his career, motivational speaking, his amazing new product, Metaball. Really delighted. I mean, I get excited now and then when we do this show, but this is the world's top fitness model. If I could change bodies and personalities, shut up, Tito, with anybody in the country, it would be Greg Plitt. I mean that. So we'll be getting them quickly. So let's get top stories out of the way. Without further ado, I bring you inspirational, motivational leader. I bring you, hope to include him as a friend, but he has much better taste than that. Inventor. Maybe the world's most popular and top fitness model, Greg Plitt. I want to introduce him by way of video. Let's run Greg's intro video, and then he will be sitting right here as soon as that video's over.
The difference between someone successful and someone that's not successful is not their ability. The differential is their desire. You go after things, you try them. Even if you fail, you get back up and you continue to try and fail, continue to try and fail, and ensuring you never fail to try, because nothing's impossible. Just a spelling of impossible is spelled impossible. Today would make duty for that. We're putting the work in now, so we never wonder what if. Not run by the clock, run by our desire where we want to go tomorrow. Stop looking to the past for your greatest moment. Know right now, you're building your greatest moment about to be. To accept failure out here, man. Never happens.
Okay. Hey, Greg.
Brett, good to see you, man.
Thank you for being here.
Well, it's an honor to be here.
Oh, stop that. Come on, man. I truly am blown away by any human that has worked like you have worked to gain success, though.
You know, it's weird when you say the word work, because I don't see it as work. You know, if you look at people like Warren Buffett or Steve Jobs, they say they've never gone to work a single day in their life because they really love what they're doing. Now, when you take something that you really believe in, passion-based, and you provide work to it, it's a return of investment of love. And when you're able to do something and create something that fills a void for other people to better themselves, it's just a complete 360. It's just a good movement. So the work is
but I mean,
irrelevant.
You're 13 years old, right?
13 years old?
I'm going to 13.
Okay.
You're right? You're in Maryland, right?
I was born in Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah, you're in Maryland. And like, I'm just going to be the top athlete. I'm going to be a ranger at West Point. I mean, where was it there?
You know, I think every foundation is built on a support group. And I was very blessed to have a family structure that, to this day, are my best friends. I mean, they really are. I get emotional talking about them, but they always gave me the ability to make a decision, even if it was the wrong decision. And then they forced me to follow through, because your name's everything. Your word is everything. It has to stand for something. You know, money will come and go, but what do you stand for? Who are you at the peak of the time? Who are you at the bottom of the time? It's like an EKG of life, right?
Right.
So there's ups and there's downs, but character should never be subject to the ups or the downs. Mm-hmm. So you remain true, then no matter what the ups or the downs are, you can manipulate them through hard work and action and turn a problem into a solution. And I think a lot of people in this society, they get down, especially in this recessed market that we're in.
Right.
And they feel like it's just it's an overwhelming, burden on them. They can never get out of it. It's a depressed state. And I always like to look at things and find the silver lining. And depression itself, if you look at it, it's a negative term, right? But it's really a positive term. It's a tool of self-discovery. And if you're strong enough to face it, then you can see that the direction of where you're going isn't the right direction for who you are, your internal longings of where you want to be, your true potential. So all you have to do, it's not like you have to reinvent the wheel. It's slight adjustments here.
Pivots.
It's little tiny things. It's getting on a schedule every day. It's making little steps, little bricks have to be walls to structures of epic proportion.
I get really excited just listening to you, though. I mean, no, I mean it. It's like, I could believe. Everyone needs coaches. Everyone needs motivational speakers, and
I think it's true.
And is that how it developed into this website? And please show the website because people can get these messages daily.
I think in the world we live in, there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of products out there. What's lacking is the aspiration and motivation to pursue it. And if we can just turn that switch, we all have that internal drive inside of us, that undying potential, the ability to be more. It just needs some nourishing. And the cool thing about it is, like, when I was growing up in sports, this is where I really learned it all on the fields of friendly strife, where failure became my friend. Meaning I didn't look at failure saying, oh, I failed. I look at it as a report card. So I could reevaluate my efforts and then apply my strengths to my weaknesses to fix a weak chain in the chain of life. So therefore, when I go back to that endeavor that once destroyed me, knocked me on my ass, I can learn from it, then find the intestinal fortitude, stand back up, reface that challenge, and now victorious. That's a really sweet high. There's no chemical drug that can reproduce that feeling.
Of winning from failure, turning failure into, or defeat into success.
It really is, because if you look at all of our heroes, all of our role models, from inventors to athletes to singer-songwriters, movies, all these people, they all failed 1,000,000 times before they ever succeeded. But we never see the failure. We only see the triumph. But every success is a spread of thousands of failures. And each failure improves the invention, like Thomas Edison with these lights, 1,093 times. It failed before it succeeded. I mean, I can't say I've really given a valiant effort more than 10 times before I said, maybe I'd try something new. This guy did it over 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't do that off work. You've got to love it.
Right.
And when you love something, you never lose, because failure right there is a report card. So in the gym, what I love about the gym and my website is really not really all about just working out, but using the gym theater for motivation of everyday life, because the gym's non-subjective.
Right.
Meaning no one can give it to you or take it away. The harder you work, the better you get.
Right.
It's the fairest form of society. So you go in there with a belief, a passion, that where I am isn't who I am, it's just where I am, where I'm gonna go. That's your belief, that's your directional path. And every day you go in there and you start to hone in these character building blocks of character, dedication, due diligence, sacrifice. You start to learn what they mean, integrity and honor. And so you stick true to your words. You back your words up with action. They're not hollowly spoken. And every day, 5:30 in the morning, you get up, even though it's raining, your competition is sleeping, you're on your own path. You go in there and you start to push through the pain. They always say pain's temporary, pride's forever.
Right.
That only exists if you push through the pain to get that pride.
Right.
If you quit in the pain, then my friend, that pain lasts forever.
Right.
The only reason why pain is temporary is because you push past it to find the pride. And at the end of the day, all we remember is the pride, the exhilaration of overcoming adversity to achieve something. That's why pride lasts forever, because it's so much more powerful than pain. But you've got to walk through the mud in life. There's no path to Easy Street that doesn't go through the sewer, right? So this site, you go in there and you start to build this body. And you look in the mirror months later and you're like, damn, man, I did that. Wow, that's awesome.
I love that you're living proof, though.
But check it out.
Do you know how many people I hear
when you look
speech this and they are not living proof of this?
A lot, because they're bullshitters.
Yeah.
They really are. I can't stand the people that talk the game but can't walk it. These trainers out there that had the degrees on book smarts but don't have the street smarts to apply it.
Right.
But the thing is, like, so once you transform your body physically, that's great. But in order to transform your body, you had to learn what sacrifice is, dedication, due diligence, sweat equity. You had to learn those things. And as you look in the mirror more capable physically, the greatest gift of all is given to you. This mind strength. Because this is it everything.
Right.
This guy doesn't believe it, this guy can't do it, right? So you build this confidence. It's almost orgasmic. Because everything in life.
Now you're talking my terms.
Yeah. But in the gym, so through it all, what we really built is the belief. Hard work pays off. That's what I learned as a young kid. I started doing push-ups and stuff at a young age, not for bulging biceps, but because I saw by hard work here outside the field, was a little faster than my competition. I had a little more energy. So I increased the possibility of success. I diminished the inevitability of failure. And when failure came, I was okay with that for one too. Because it's the journey, it's the marathon of life, not the sprint of life,
right,
that really people remember. You know, there is no quick fix to long-term situations, nor is there a universal path to individual success. Each individual must find their own way. So if you're successful, I can't copy you. You've already done it. And the world already has one Brad. We don't need another Brad. No
That's
offense.
for sure.
No offense.
Believe me,
But
you're not alone on that.
I mean, I got a lot of guys that come to me and girls are like, hey, I want to do what you're doing. I go, don't do what I'm doing. I've already done it.
Right.
Do what you really believe you want to do.
Right.
Because then it's not work again. So if you come back to 360, you got to be passion-based into something. You know?
I love that, though. I heard a young girl speak the other day at a high school graduation, and she was a runner.
Right.
And what she said, and she overcame, you know, Crohn's disease and stuff, she said, find your running.
Find your running.
Whatever it is.
Right.
Music, arts, theater, you know, but find it. And like you said, to her, it's fun. This ain't work. You know, this is just you. And what's amazing, though, Greg, you made a pretty friggin' big career out of just being you. I mean, there's 800 fitness covers out there.
Yeah, I mean,
there's an unbelievable subscription site. Put it up again, because it's really important. I just think everyone can improve their life and get a big piece of Greg by going to gregplitt.com. And ultimately, it leads into what we're going to talk about, which is your invention.
I mean, my site's been successful. I've had good fortune with some magazine covers and, you know, in the fitness genre and stuff. But success now is a double-edged sword.
Right.
It really is, because you climb that ladder to get to that success you wanted, right?
Right.
And then one or two things happens. The worst of them is that you become subject of success.
Right.
See, success, you should always define it. What happens when people get success, they get comfortable. And they get into this comfort zone, which is really a dangerous zone because they're not being challenged. And if you're not challenged, your true potential is never reached. So they find success, and before, who are you? I'm going to be this. Then they start talking in a different term, a past tense term. Who are you? I did this. So they're living in the past. So that now they're defined by their success. You know that expression, never forget where you came from?
Sure.
That's not about being humble. It really isn't. It's like if you never forget who you were at ground floor when you were walking through the mud of life, then where you are is not the end, but yet the intermission of where you can go.
The intermission.
It really is.
I like that.
And that's what keeps you young at heart. You know, I think you see these people that they get 65 and they go into retirement, they die 3 years later.
Right.
You have to have a purpose to get up every morning. And when you have a purpose and a belief of what you love to do, life is so much more enriched. You know, and stop going for the money. Stop going for the fame. Go for what you really believe makes a difference.
Right.
And then you have the return of investment that money can't buy.
Right.
Like a lot of people try to find these highs of life, and they shoot a vein for it, they snort something.
Right.
I sweat for it.
Love it.
And it's a high that builds on itself.
You hear that, Andy, our director? No shooting, no smoking.
But
sweat for it.
With all the success, in the fitness genre, with the website and stuff, it's really, and with this product that we'll talk about here, it's the testimonials, the members on the site. I always say champions, they come in pairs of two because they battle themselves in perfection. As good as I am individually, I'm better once with somebody. Two can be stronger than one. And through that process, even though I put content out, I tell stories about my life, where I hit adversity, where I hit failure, how I found the strength to get back up. And I do that complete 360. I do it in a metaphoric way, so I don't put parameters where they can't understand it.
Right.
I put it in a metaphoric way, so no matter what they're going through, this message translates and configures to their own personal story. And then I get messages from people, or they're in line for 3 hours waiting to talk to me, just to say thank you. Yeah, I lost 100 pounds.
Oh, that's got to feel good.
Yeah, I lost 100 pounds, that's great. Or, hey, I went back to school and got my degree. Well, guess what? You helped me to kick this heroin addiction. Or I started paying child support. I started to be somebody of society where I'm
Don't
giving
talk to
back.
my ex-wife.
But
No, I don't mean to make fun of that. Those are really lovely things. You're not just inspiring people to work on their health. They're inspiring to work on their mind and to
that's where
succeed in life.
That's where it all begins. And, you know, who I am, my successes, I'm just in a figure that is really related to so many individuals. From my parents, the coaches, the teachers, the friends. You know, when I was down and out, who was there? Gave me that one phone call, you know, and, you know, that's who I am, a collection of so many people that I love and care for, and they care for me too, so.
One thing people might not know what you are, though, Greg?
What's that?
They might not know you're an inventor.
I think we're all inventors. Aren't we all trying to invent our own personality, our
They
own
might know
aura?
that you actually, though, spent 7 years.
It's been a long journey.
You know, creating something, you know, a Tinkerton toy to some, but a miracle to what I've seen, to try to bring this now out of the gym.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say, and bring it into their homes?
Well, see, what I've been able to be so blessed by on my website is this transformation of mind, body, and soul through hard work and dedication in the gym. And that love of life I've seen in so many people is so contagious, because once one feels it, it's like a domino effect. They start to impact their friends and family and stuff, and it's just this positive wave of just, you know, possibility, right?
Right.
The problem is, like, my mom and stuff, and people that are a little bit older, people with really busy schedules, can't go to the gym or don't like the gym because it's like a devil's den. Everyone's in shape. I'm like, how can
I get scared by it.
Yeah. So how do I get?
I get
you
threatened by it.
How do I get you to feel that same love of life?
Right.
You know, and it's, by the way, these are the keys that unlock it right here.
Yeah.
These guys combined, and anything's possible. But we have society that is a status quo of normality and shuts us down, and our friends never really support us,
Right.
because they want you to be happy, but not as happy as them. They want you to be successful, but not as successful as them. They're fair weather friends. It's the individual, and when you start to climb and stuff, and they start to get jealous, because your success is like a spotlight shining down their missed opportunity, where they didn't make the most of the opportunity presented to themselves.
So you put all that into that ball?
Well, the workouts are really engaging. They're sports related. It's like playing basketball. You don't know you're getting a good workout. It's competitive. Through the workouts, I'm doing, you know, brain dumps and mental challenges throughout it. And it's created to not just a workout, but an experience, and it's fun. And the greatest thing about the experience, because all the workouts are the latest technology and exercise science. I mean, this is why it's taken so long to build this project. Is that they produce results. There's nothing worse when
You would know, too.
Well,
This is 7 years, though, making a product. You haven't put your name on anything. You're, in my opinion, the most successful person in your field. You know, and now you've created something that you actually really will believe make that difference at home.
Well, the birth of this actually came from being on set.
Yeah.
You know, being a spokesperson for other products and stuff.
Right.
And I'm not going to say those products' names. I mean, they're decent products, but when we were filming them, they were prototypes. They were breaking down.
Right.
The crazy glue was coming out. The duct tape was coming out. And I'm sitting there for 18 hours, and I'm like, what is this?
Right.
The majority of those products were just feeding off an already successful module.
Right.
Whereas a DVD system, you know, they're just trying to copy something already successful. If it was an ad product, they were just doing little tweaks so it wasn't copyright infringement, but doing the same product.
Right.
But none of them were really filling the void of society. So as I was sitting there for hours and hours on these sets and stuff, I started thinking, I go, what is a product that actually fills a void in society? What hasn't been done that's actually useful? And why are all the products out there without information on how to work them? Or you get the information without the product. You know, these products, as great as they are dust collectors unless you know how to use them.
Right.
And if you just get the information, then you have to go out and get the product. Why don't they come together?
Right.
And why don't they become something that actually, you know, fills a void of what society really needs instead of copying some already successful module?
So can we show your
Let's
little
do it.
video?
Yeah,
let's
let's
see.
do it.
There's a little 3.5-minute video that really, I think, demos more than we could ever do on these couches. And then I want you to take this thing apart and really show how it works and everything.
Cool.
So, Matt, do you have the Get Metaball crowdfunding pitch video? Let's run it.
My name's Greg Plitt, and I'm here to tell you about a revolution in the fitness industry, Metaball Fitness Systems. The first revolutionary product in the fitness industry, I don't know how many years. 5 years battle testing, back and forth manufacturing, tweaking, improving. 3 more years back in the lab. Now it's perfected. Now it's here. Metaball. What is it? I consider this entire gym in a ball. Let me explain to you. You see a lot of these things like this. They're called medicine balls. But they all have the same function, just different weights. Is there a way we could make a medicine ball that was adjustable? One ball, any weight we want. Could that be? If I'm going to put my name to a product, I want to ensure it's got a tremendous value to it. Not only does it rotate, this button right here, you push it, it separates. Now all of a sudden, with the separation, what can we do? We can add weight.
the meta weight. So we can take a shell, 2.5 pound shell. We can put weights in there, spin them in, locks them in right there, reattach the ball. Boom. Now we have a medicine ball that's heavier. Just one ball, but it can be adjusted to any weight you need. Not only is it an adjustable medicine ball, we got a set of dumbbells now too, don't we? We can load those weights in any way we want. We got all of our kettlebells now too. We don't need a whole rack of them. We can do all of our kettlebell movements right here with the same ball because the handle's big enough. You don't need a 2 pound, 5 pound, 10 pound, 15 pound, 20 pound dumbbell set anymore. You don't need the medicine ball set of those values anymore, or the kettlebell sets. You get it all in one right here. It's still not enough. You guys deserve more, so we created more. We developed the locking nut here. It goes into our meta ball. We can put weights in, take weights out, doesn't matter. The locking nut goes in there and it screws on. Once it's screwed on, the carabiner attaches to the bands. And we just opened up a whole new window of success, didn't we? The meta rings were developed. Each half goes into the female portion of the rings. Ball bearings, they rotate all the way around. So now when we're doing push-ups, it rotates for you too. Getting more out of the rep, more out of the time on the exercise, more growth. Everything with the Metaball Fitness System has multiple purposes, multiple functions. How do we make this into something valuable that we can put on our foot? Meta Sandal was born. So now all of a sudden we have weight here that's now part of our body. It's not going to injure us. It's just going to get stronger. We're going to grow from it. Metaball is a perfect tool for transformation, but it still takes a user. A user that understands that it's hard to get off that couch. Understands taking that first step towards greatness is the hardest part. But there is one thing harder than that, my friends. It's looking back on your life as time expires and the window of opportunity closes, knowing you could have been great. You can't do anything about that. Metaball Fitness Systems ensures you'll never have to ask that question. We're here for you. We won't let you down. We'll cross that finish line together. What are you waiting for? If you have the will, we've got your way. Metaball.
That's a smoking hot video.
Pretty exciting, huh?
You know, that's pretty cool.
I'm watching it and I'm seeing, like, I remember when we came up with the ring idea, we came up with the sandal idea, and there's a big team of people here that are really just, you know, with every piece of pie, there's slices of expertise, and there's so many professionals that really have given so much to this product and really brought to fruition where it is now.
Can you hand me one? I want to see one.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, this is beautiful.
So let me, real fast, I mean, what's cool about this is one, is that, remember before I was saying you see products out there, but you don't have the information, or vice versa? So this is like the first fully encompassed, you know, we've got over 12 DVDs and programs, how to do it all, the calendar, what to do every single day on 2 different modules. If you want to get ripped or if you want to lose weight, it's plug and play. We take the guesswork out of it. You can do it in your own home, your hotel, on a business trip, on the beach, your backyard, in the gym, group classes. It travels with you. So it's portable, all the information. So we're really taking the excuses out of the individual. There's so many people that say, you know, oh, I can't, I don't have time, I don't have this, and I just, you know, I don't, this, you know, I got kids, and, you know, we've had people with physical ailments transform themselves. You know, moms that just had delivered babies and got back into that great shape. We've had people that work 18 hours a day. We've had so many people in so many genres. So
I want to show some testimonial videos too.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But the thing is like, as an individual, you know, you're either living your fears or your dreams. And if you're honest with yourself, which one are you giving the most time towards?
Right.
You know, stop making these excuses. Stop throwing to the universe that you are only good for so much. So you're so much more. So
help me though. Help the dumb fat Jew. All right.
It even helps those people.
Yeah, we're trying. We have a medicine ball.
Yeah, imagine, now we've all seen these guys, right?
Right.
Medicine balls, and part of the video just explain this.
And you just work with a medicine ball how, though, or a kettlebell how?
All the hows are in here.
Right,
that's
but
the thing.
give me the 2 seconds. I mean, you know, what would I do with it in this position?
It's sitting down in a chair?
No, or standing up.
We need a little more commitment than that, Greg.
You know, I don't leave my chair. I mean, is this then used? I mean,
it depends what muscle group you're doing.
Right.
I mean, the problem with exercise
Right.
and nutrition and stuff is that the people that are making these products and stuff and doing stuff, they make it so complicated to the individual. A lot like trainers in the gym.
Right.
They put you
You've
through a workout
simplified it.
that's so complicated that the user feels like, oh my God, I need this person in order to do it because there's no way I can figure it out. That's what this product, it breaks that fourth barrier.
so once though it's a medicine ball though, you just press this, right?
Well, before you press that,
As,
why would you open it up though? That's the question. Most medicine balls right here are fixed, and this is really how it started. When I started going through
but
the process.
this is cool alone. I've never seen that.
No, it's never happened.
I
This
could like do
product
that.
doesn't
I
exist
could do this
anywhere.
like all day. Can I get fit just by pressing the button? My thumb?
Yeah, you build.
I will be the best
texter.
texter.
You know, don't just build the thumb, build the whole body, buddy.
Yeah,
This product really, I mean, we say it's a gym and a ball, but it's a transformation in yourself.
Okay, so you came up with this. You decided, I'm going to make a medicine ball.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a kettleball.
Well, it started the way this started.
And then, but go through the tech, and then
Let's
all the different
back it
things
up for
it
1
does.
second.
Okay.
The way it was built, you know, with every process, it has to start with a mission statement. The mission statement for this was never about money.
Right.
It was never about anything but the consumer. Everything I did, every process was to build value in the consumer and the ability for the consumer to transform hard work. I got so tired of so many products with these
By the
false
way, that
claims.
is how you make a lot of money, though.
It's
just
not-
doing
but-
that.
but
you know,
if you
because
focus
if
on
you
the
give
money-
them value,
If you focus on money, there's an end reach, you know?
Right.
Because once you get money, then you stop caring. It's not about money.
Right.
That'll come or go, you know? Just
Right.
like working out. You know, get rid of the mentality of the hard work today. Because if you just commit to it, being in shape is not a matter of if, just when.
Right.
So the whole process is about the consumer, building value and building belief that they can transform. I got so sick of products out there with false claims saying you can get in shape with no effort, take a pill to lose weight. It doesn't build the mentality of what the gym's all about. When I
Right.
say these guys transform, they look good.
Right.
The greatest transformation was a belief in their mind that they can apply the same work to any endeavor in life and be successful.
Right.
You know, just getting a body, you cheating yourself on how to transform other aspects of your life. It's not a one-dimensional world where the physique is all that matters. It's the mind, the ability that anything comes to you, you can absorb it and work to your manipulation for betterment. So if I give you a body, it's like giving you a fish dinner. Better to learn how to fish so you never go hungry. It's the same mentality. So I got so
that's
tired.
my second Greg Plitt quote of the day. I want to learn to fish.
Yeah,
I just don't want to fish dinner. I want to learn to fish.
Remember I was telling you about these testimonials on my site, how
Yeah.
they went back to school, they
Right.
quit heroin addiction. That wasn't about the body. It's the mindset of the belief that once the body's built, that they believe hard work pays off. That's what this product's about. It's not just about, and I say this like very generally, but if you really commit to this, you're going to see not only physique, that's given. I guarantee that. You're going to see a better improvement in all theaters of your life.
Okay, so help me.
this
Help
started-
me.
so I
Get
got
out
tired.
of theory, though, for a moment, and help
Yeah.
me on pure tech. Put it apart. Put the weights on. I mean, show me what we do live.
Most
you
of
know?
these balls you see in the store.
Right.
Right. And there's 15 of them with different weights.
Right.
The whole purpose is to build value.
Right.
One ball, any weight, adjustable. That's why the button.
So you
comes
don't
in.
have to. You don't have to buy that whole set.
Don't have to buy the whole set of medicine balls. That's how it started. But I go, you know, with working out,
Right.
it's the flexibility, the range of motion. Having this one on a center ball bearing pin, when these rotate, now when I come back, the ergonomics of the body is now in natural flow. Like if I'm standing up doing a golf
Can you
swing-
follow him, too, guys? Follow him. Let's get up. There we go.
So if I'm doing a golf swing, right, there's a natural progression ergonomically of how the body works to deliver the head of the club back to
Right.
the ball. If this was fixed, as I'm coming back here, now all of a sudden my body wants to turn, but this doesn't allow me to turn. So I start to build bad form in a sports-related activity. Or if I'm doing an three-quarter ab crunch here, I can only go back so far. But now that this thing rotates, I can go back even further range of
So
motion, greater
kettleball and medicine
flexibility.
balls don't rotate.
They do not rotate.
This rotates.
So just the rotation factor of it, adding
That
a lot of
alone.
value. And I started to get addicted to the adding value to the consumer.
Right.
So I go, all right, cool. Now when I open it up, we can add more weights in there. I'll show you how that
What?
goes.
You got more weights in yours already than mine. Because I'm
Believe
the
it or not, these workouts,
Yeah.
that's just the shell, 2.5 pounds aside, 5-pound ball.
That's a
If you
lot,
go
though.
up
That's
to 20
5 pounds.
when I was doing these workouts, there's some workouts on the intensity, I couldn't put any more weight in that.
You?
And people are like, get out of here. Are you
Yeah.
serious?
You?
I'm serious.
Or is it like 1 million reps? Or?
No, because the way it's working is it's called high intensity interval training.
Right.
20 minutes 3 times a day,
Right.
3 weeks worth is equivalent to running 5 miles for an hour, 5 days a week for 4 months.
20 minutes, can you do that one more time? 20 minutes 3 times
That's
a week.
the philosophy of exercise science. That
20
metabolics.
minutes 3 times a week. Because I always say what works is you save time, you save money, and you save space.
Not only do you save time, but your time's more effective, more efficient.
Right. You're getting
See,
more out of it.
Everyone thinks I gotta get on the treadmill. Let's sit back down. Everyone thinks I gotta get on the treadmill, for an hour and to sit there. They're not losing any weight. Yeah, they're burning some calories, but as soon as they get off of that treadmill, their calories stop burning. This type of workout where you're using your muscles in an anaerobic facet, you're going high intensity, so your heart rate spiking and then resting, spiking and then resting. You're ripping the actin myosin filaments in the muscle.
Say that again.
The actin and myosin, it's a little bit more technical.
I like
the smallest
it,
part of the muscle is the sacroiliac. There's
Right.
2 protein filaments, actin and myosin filaments. When you flex your arm, you're bringing in the cross bridges of one over the other. When you do more weight than it can hold, it rips them. It's a healthy micro tear, and it's actually bleeding. That's the pump. Well, once you bleed it in a healthy micro tear in this type of workout, even though you burn all the calories in the workout, when you're done the workout, your body continues to burn calories to repair what it just ripped. On top of that, you're building lean mass in your BMI, not just decreasing the fat, but building lean mass. Now, body fat is it's like bad credit card debt. Once you get behind one, you can never get out of it.
Yeah,
So
I feel like that.
It's a stored energy source. So if I'm running 5 miles, me lean to me cloned at 30% body fat, the fatter person is, even though he went this far, only so much is coming off the principal body fat. Does that make sense?
It does. But so mark me now if I'm wrong. I've split it apart. I can put in weights. You've turned this kind of into dumbbells.
Yeah. Well, let's see how that works real fast.
Yeah, I mean, but
So-
these are not dumbbells, right?
They're dumbbells, they're kettlebells, they're perfect push-ups. So these weights are called meta weights.
Right.
And it's really simple. So you take the shell, and you
Right.
put them in yours, you put them on here like this,
So you can put a second one there, so that's how you get it to weigh more, and that's why.
and they lock right in there.
Got it.
This is just a locking nut just for safety.
It's
You
genius.
put that back on, and now all of a sudden when I reattach the ball, I have a medicine ball now that's heavier, same ball. And what I'm doing also, I'm saving tons of space in your house. So instead of having that tree of medicine balls,
Right.
one product that, by the way, you can go right here and throw it right underneath your chair. It's out of the way.
And it's even though
And anytime you want to work out, you bring out and go.
my kids have dumbbells 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 pounds though too.
This looks weird, man, but gotta go under.
That's okay. The show
A
will
whole
like
nother
it.
get funded. But the also thing is, guess what? That fits in your suitcase too. So there's no more
You
excuses.
can carry this anywhere.
Yeah, it's 20 pounds.
There's a
all the
sexy
weight.
case. We should show that at some point too.
Yeah.
Can we just bring this out? Because you can
Sure.
literally travel it with this thing.
Your whole entire transformation fits in the bag right here. All your DVDs, your calendars, your balloons.
Space. I say 3 things. If you can save space, if you can save money, and you can make your time now more efficient.
Yes.
You have an extraordinary gift.
We really.
And this is a gift.
It's something, it's very easy to make something difficult, very difficult to make something so easy. It seems like too good to be true. That's why it's taken 7 years. It's been so close and so ready, but I'm a real stickler, man. I never put my name to anything. If I'm going to put my name to it, man, it's got to stand the test of time. So even though we had a lot of PR people and agents and stuff, and they're like, it's ready, go, go, go. Because they're all about the money. I'm all about the consumer. I go, not going to happen today. It's got to be done right. Otherwise, we don't do it. So that's why it's taken so long. But yes, you're right. So we can load more weights. Now we have a whole set of dumbbells to do. We don't need a whole stack of them. You put it together, we made the handle big enough so you can do all your kettlebell movements. We don't need a whole rack of them. But I go, we need more value, more value. So we developed other things. Like the meta rings. You guys have seen those rotational push-ups?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. This thing opens up, it drops in there, ball bearing. I don't want to break the glass here. So now you can do all your push-ups rotationally. But check it out. The product is so well built, the materials, that this also becomes a transformation for abdominal workouts because you can stand.
Follow him,
you can
camera.
stand on this thing.
Oh,
and as you're
really?
doing all this workouts and stuff, you're getting a core workout. But you know what? You're having a great time. It's fun. So it, just like Steve Jobs and Warren Buffett again, it doesn't feel like work. You
Will
know?
I fall over if I do that?
Even big heavy guys like Brad, you get on there.
I have no balance. Okay, so I did that,
Push the
right?
button, the safety
Right.
button, push it in.
Hey, I can do that,
Then
Greg.
do you feel that in your core?
Greg,
right
I
there?
can do that.
Do you feel like a kid again? You're athletic?
Hey, I can do that, though.
You know what? You can do more than you even think you can, too.
That's
what's great about
amazing.
Metaball. It pushes the levels of what we think we only could do. And we're like, oh my God, I just was able to do that. What else am I holding myself back from? What else am I have potential to do? What are these fears that I'm creating, self-induced, that I'm running from? Let's face those fears.
I've replaced dumbbells. I've replaced kettlebells. I've replaced medicine balls.
Yes.
I've got a
Push-up
push-up
stands,
device.
rotational thing, but still not enough, right?
Not enough. What else?
These weights right here.
Ron Popeil time. Let's go. What's the add-on?
If we're gonna make it more valuable to the consumer,
Yeah.
especially about time, compound movements. What is compound movements?
No idea.
It means you're using your lower body, your upper body at the same time.
Right.
1 minute, but working multiple muscle groups. So we try to get this weight here and go, how can we make this something useful that can go into our foot? Most of the ankle weights you see actually push on top of the ankle,
Right.
pushing against the joint. That's really bad.
Right.
What we want to do is just make a heavier foot.
A heavier foot.
A heavier foot, so it doesn't
Right.
hit. It's not hurting any of the joints or
Got it.
ankles.
So it's just like wearing like a big boot.
It's like a boot, but a big boot's not going to work.
Oh!
So we made like a little, like, you seen those old TiVos basically?
Yes.
Padded, so you can be on your floor.
Yes.
You can put 1 weight, 2 weights, 3 weights in, so it's adjustable right here. It's the same weight, so we're using one product that works here that can work here
Dude,
as well.
I can see people in Venice Beach just wearing this on a style basis.
I can't tell you how many.
I'm telling you.
I can't tell you how many friends of mine.
You're just going out on Venice.
We
man.
get some bling, put some bling on
Yes,
and stuff.
yes. So maybe the little
Put some
toes.
But, you know
But
what's
this
cool
is
about
a very clever idea because, you know, I never knew how to I always said, well, what do? You put those ankle things on?
Let me show you how it works. It's so simple. It's Velcro. I mean, obviously tennis shoes are best. You just slip your foot in there like that.
And you're on.
Put this part in the back of your heel.
Are those wallabies?
These are some old shoes.
Those are cool,
That are
man.
just too
I've
comfortable.
always-
so I can't get
I
rid of
love
them.
wallabies.
You Velcro it right back on, and now it's part of my foot.
Wow.
As I'm walking around. Now you might wonder why it's only on the back here, not the front.
Is that something
More
intentional?
safety, because as I'm walking, right?
You want the toe.
No, you're gonna flex on your toe, so you still have movement here.
Got
so
it.
So again, we're not injuring or inhibiting the ergonomics of the body in any way.
You didn't spend any time thinking about this shit. This was just something you just
I had no
slung your
I had
knife
no
on.
social life because of this project.
Really?
And it was all
There's no
worth it.
Mrs. Plitt?
There's no Mrs. Plitt. There's Mrs. Metaball.
Oh my God! Did you hear that? The guy's married to a metaball. I mean, God, if
That-
you're,
I can tell you that.
See, that's
the other
interesting.
advantage.
See,
of
that's
Metaball.
interesting. You're
It's a benefit
saving
massive.
people. You're saving people though in their homes. You're changing their lives. You're motivating. If I were to be Greg Plitt, none of this would have happened. You know, I would just be on the streets, you know, like throwing my cards out, you know, come on girls, let's work out back home. So, I mean, that's why you're remarkable and I'm me.
Well, no.
I want to hear though, Greg, if you tried this on anybody though, because there's one thing looking at you and knowing you do it.
I mean, I don't know how much time we have.
No, but go.
I gotta
You got
say,
some more?
There's still more value for the consumer.
Really? Can
Because
you?
there has to be more. First of all, this sandal, you guys,
Yeah.
the women love it. All my girlfriends, they love this because they all want to get that butt and the legs. You've seen like those butt lift videos. All that is just movement exercises with body weight. So there's no progressive resistance to increase it more. You're stuck with your body weight. So this actually gives you progressive resistance. The same exercises, more dynamic, more fun-loving.
You love progressive resistance.
Progressive resistance is
That's
the key.
really- it
it's
is.
the key in life, you know? It's about going after a challenge and once mastered, then finding a higher challenge. If we don't have that progression in life, I think progression
So
parallel.
that means it just keeps getting harder.
No, it doesn't. Keeps challenging you.
Keeps challenging.
Because
Better word.
progression in life
Every time it's a
is
better
parallel to happiness in life. When you stop having progression, you start to falter in your happiness. It doesn't matter if you ever reach the goal, but is your work paid off? Every day you're going to bed a little stronger mentally and physically. That's a good day. It keeps you young, so it keeps that happiness. We start to plateau that, where there's not progressive weights and stuff. Our ability and our strength, our body would just become, it will customize to the normality of the workouts. These workouts keep challenging you. So whether you're a novice to start,
Right.
or you're advanced, that's how these workouts.
That's why you're saying that you even get burned on them. That it, you know, as long as it's progressive, it's
I've
ultimately.
had some of my buddies are. I was West Point graduate, Army Ranger. These Rangers of mine, buddies, hard guys, right?
Right.
They're smoked after this. Some of them even throw up, you know. But then my mom can do the same workout at the same exact time next to him because we had an accelerator and a modifier in every video. So depending on your ability, you follow the person to you, challenging yourself, and eventually you'll be the advanced.
So what else comes in the bag then, though? You said there's more
Yes.
value.
There's bands. And this is really cool too.
This is like a big thing, bands, in your business, isn't it?
Well, it's just a great movement. It's something that's portable. It's, again, progressive, meaning you start with a fixed weight.
Right.
And as you lift the band, then it gets progressively harder as you go.
What do you
That
hook it to,
shocks
though?
the body.
Do you hook it to the ball itself?
The female portion of this locking nut It's literally, just like the weights, they just screw right into the ball. Once it's
I have
screwed in-
live on air Greg screwing a female portion into his Metaball. I want this for all time in testimony. Tweet Greg screwing female portion in ball.
And I'll tell you what, Brad, if you start doing this and start screwing your Metaball together,
Yeah.
you'll start screwing female portions
Oh
too.
my God, Jesus wept. I'm
Yeah,
so sold.
So you attach it
Right.
to each shell of the ball, right?
Right.
Once it's attached, you can put weights in or weights out.
Right.
Now all of a sudden when we're doing an exercise like a curl, we have progressive resistance.
I get
So it's
it.
growing with you. But it works the entire
Follow
body.
him, get the body. Do it again. Can you get up and make sure he's in camera? There you go.
So now I don't just have a fixed weight, but it gets harder as I go.
I see.
That confuses the muscle. You've heard of muscle confusion?
No.
Of course you haven't. But muscle confusion means the body doesn't know what's coming.
Right.
So it forces itself to adapt and get stronger to override what the demands and the stress being put on the
Is
muscle.
that different than the tear you were talking about?
It all creates the burn, creates a tear. That
creates
tear
that.
creates a growth.
Right.
It's the philosophy that when you're a kid going to school and you have a bully bullying you, right, beating you up all your day for your lunch money, eventually going through that so much, you learn self-defense. Your body's the same way. You're the bully on your muscles in the gym. Eventually the muscles don't like that abuse, so they get stronger. Again, challenging the muscle, so therefore there's a demand for it to grow. If you do the same thing over and over again, there's no demand for it to grow from. It's fine where it is. So that's the progressive resistance.
Has anybody tried it? Now let me get to my testimony.
Let's get on.
Have we tried? Has anybody actually done this?
We brought in about 40 people in a
Wow.
test group. And some of them were in shape, some weren't in shape. Some were old, some were young, some were entrepreneurs, some had busy schedules, some were,
Sure.
were jobless, some people had physical ailments. Brought them all in collectively. We
Right.
showed them the product, we showed them the workouts, and we let the cards
Just let it go.
Let the cards lay where they're going to lay.
And what happened?
Let's show it.
Let's show it.
Metaball is a perfect system for any transformation in life, but it still takes a user. We've got plenty of users to back it up that it works. They achieve more than they ever thought possible. It's exciting, it's electric.
The Metaball didn't just save my life. The Metaball gave me a new life.
My endurance, my stamina got better.
Changed how I view myself, how I feel about myself. It really changed my everyday life.
Metaball not only pushes you to get amazing results now, but it pushes you to be like, how much better can you be?
The Metaball is the most versatile product I think I've seen. As far as what you can do with it, what part of your body, you work everything.
It's like a combination of a kettlebell, dumbbells, and a medicine ball.
There's nothing like it on the market.
Just one click and you're at the next move. Another click, you're at the next move. And it's fluid, it just keeps going.
You can do push-ups, sit-ups, crunches, squats.
Split it apart and do cross flies, arm ups.
1 minute you're on the ground doing something, the next one you're standing up. With a click of a button, it assembles right together and is really user-friendly.
It's easy to modify for where you are physically.
You really can do everything in this ball.
The pounds just flew right off of me, and I feel like $1,000,000. My wife got tired of me looking in the mirror, but every time I look in the mirror, it's like, my God, this is working.
Metaball changed their life, not just in the physique, but also the mindset. The 50 pounds they lost was just the start of their life.
4 years of unhealthy living, bad habits, and in 90 days with the Metaball program, it was all gone.
This has been the most amazing journey of my life, from start to finish.
Everywhere I go, people go, wow, you have a glow about you. There's something different.
With the Metaball, compliments are guaranteed.
The Metaball is it. It is the next big thing. I feel it, I see it, I know it.
I'm living the best life right now.
seen so many people with Metaball transform their life. Your new life doesn't begin tomorrow. It doesn't begin next week. It begins right now, guys. We're here for you. I'm here for you. I won't let you down. I promise you after this journey, 1, it'll be tough, but 2, the most rewarding thing you've ever done.
It's so simple. Why not do it?
Metaball's the way to go. It worked for me, it can work for you.
Metaball Fitness Systems. It's here for you.
It's pretty impressive. 40 people just taken out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's...
This thing works, Greg.
That, what you saw right there makes the journey worthwhile. I really do. I mean, that's where I get kind of emotional about it, because it's not often that you live a life. I mean, we're all alive, few really live.
Yeah.
But we're all going to die. You know, what we leave behind, we can't take our money or possessions or anything else, but we can take our memories. And what we can leave behind is a legacy, footprints that other people can follow to achieve their excellence, or that natural high of life. So to do one thing that you love to do, for one.
Right.
And to have what you love to do actually transform people, and see them lose. And if you look at some of them, it's amazing. When I first met them, they're kind of like shoulders were rolled down and didn't have a lot of belief in themselves. They're kind of like shy. They weren't very confident. Well, they started to engage and started to work out. They started to feel in love with themselves. Now all of a sudden they talk all the time. Their shoulders are rolled back. They walk with a purpose. They're looking for greater dreams and stuff.
Right.
I keep in touch with all of them, and they're really doing great things in all their theaters of life. And it all started with a spark of just working out in the comforts of their own home. And we did collectively as a group. But there's so many people I know that are doing this at home, and you know, waking up like half an hour early and then going to work, you know, at the same time, in fifth gear.
Right.
Everyone else is just kind of like having the coffee. You're running circles around them because you're
inspired. So I got to ask you, Greg. You know, we're crowdfunding. This is Get Funded.
Yes.
It's a crowdfunding show. How do you like crowdfunding? Just like that.
It's the new wave, it seems like.
Yeah.
You know?
How about that, though, huh?
It's people believing in a product, coming together in a group and supporting something and being part of something from the start, the birth and the rise of it. It's a great process.
Well, so I would think, and literally I'm playing Mickey the Dunce here, but if you were to buy kettlebells, you were to buy weights, you were to buy bands, we're talking what, $300-400? How is someone ever going to buy this at that kind of price, crowdfunding?
Yeah, I mean, if you got your kettlebells, you got your medicine balls, you got the push-up stands, the rotational things, the bands, all your medicine balls, you add up all of that, you're looking at probably $500-600 in just equipment. And it's also a big space in your house, right?
Yeah, I like weightlifting, you know, or I'd like to be inspired by you, but I'm spending $500, $600.
But then on top of that, once you have the equipment, what do you do with it?
Yeah.
Then they have all the information
You
in
gotta
DVDs.
lie it all out.
All those informations in DVDs. Some of those products sell for $150, $120 just for the information in DVDs without the equipment. And by the way, if you ever travel, how are you going to travel with all of the dumbbells and kettlebells? So it's
what can you really
impossible.
offer it for?
We're offering her right now the different packages with the bag and everything together. It's on getmetaball.com. But
getmetaball.com.
But for the price of like some, you know,
so I'm saying $500-600.
Yeah, but you know, for some people that just buy DVDs and programs for $120,
they buy just the DVD for $120.
The DVD series, you know, you've seen those. I don't know if I can say competitive names and stuff, but you know, like P90X Insanity, all those things.
They cost $120.
Basic, and then you have shipping and handling and everything else. It's $160 with no equipment. You know, so we're going to give you all the DVDs, and then we're going to give you a unique product that transforms over $600 of equipment. Together, the workouts go with this product. It travels with you, and it's going to cost the same amount as most people sell DVDs for.
$119 is the base model, right? Yep. $119.
Because it's not.
And then if you got everything, though, if you put everything in the bag, right, and you got all the stuff, what is it, about $400?
No, it's less than that.
Well, what is it about?
It's
Michael, you here? What is it? It's $220. See, so that's everything in the bag. But 40%. But you can do it in payments of $69, right?
You know, again, you're asking.
No, but I want to make it easy for someone.
You're right. It's
I know you're not the salesman. You're not the huckster. You just want to improve people's life. I want to tell people they can get this thing for fucking dirt cheap.
You're going to get more than that. But the reason why I don't know a lot about the money and dollars and stuff, because that's not my interest.
Right.
It never has been. I mean,
but it's amazing.
I wanted to give you
it's amazing you could do it.
And the information.
It's
this is a slow movement right now until January when we go live.
Sure.
So this is the first time anyone can get it before the public even hears about it. So it's a really cool concept. The response has been overwhelming. Everyone is so original. I have the magazine editors calling me, supplement people. Everyone's just like, "What is it? This is so cool."
If I had another hour, I would show Extra. I'd show Good Day LA. Everybody wants you on their show. I'm honored that you friggin' slummed to show up on Get Funded with me. So
I wouldn't call it slum.
I just want everyone to know, and please put up the page. You can go to getmetaball.com, and one time only, you can buy this at this 40% off price. And you can buy it because they're doing direct to consumer, because it's being offered directly by Greg. 45 days of the campaign. Huge numbers, by the way, with 45 days left. Yeah. You should know that. I want to end the show, though, with more Greg inspiration, because I do. I want you to talk a little bit about weight loss, and I don't mean it that's the point, because also our sisters at Go Curvy, who we love, who are on every Thursday, all are just about body health and body wellness and love your body however it is. I just want to talk about how this product and you and your site all tie together to give you a better life.
You know, most chairs, like you're sitting on a chair, there's 4 legs. Those 4 legs is the 4 steps to the ideal figure you want, right? One is actually a lifting program, a cardio program, your rest and nutrition. I mean, your nutrition, supplementation and stuff. And then your recovery time, your sleeping patterns. All 4 of them hold the same weight. One of the big elements in any transformation is your diet. And I know people out there right now are like, oh, don't bring up a diet. I can't have this food. I can't have this food. What I'm talking about, same with Metaball, it's set up to where you are. There's a beginning level, there's an intermediate, there's an advanced. It's step by step. Rome was never conquered in a day. Any quick fix really turns to nothing. There is no quick fix to long-term situations. We have a manual here. It's a whole workout guide, and then on the back of it is a whole nutritional guide. There are tips that I've used with so many people on my website, small, quick tips that changes the mentality of thinking, not what you're eating. It doesn't really matter what you eat, it's when you eat that's more imperative. You know, the timing of what you eat, the amount of carbs. If you were to eat 4,000 calories in a day, right, and you broke them up into 4 meals, or you ate them all at once at nighttime, somebody's getting fat in that scenario, even though it's the same food eaten.
Right.
So I'm not, and what we're talking about in the Metabolic Nutritional Guide.
So you're saying no to Haagen-Dazs after 8 p.m.?
There's a lot of...
Cut to the chase.
I'm saying you can have it. I'm saying you can have it.
But not at 8 p.m.
But not at 8 p.m. Right. I'm saying there's certain things. I'm not saying you have to try anything different. I'm just saying I want you to think about it differently.
Right.
You know, and when you think about it differently, and it's the little one thing here, one thing there, that makes a huge difference. What's going to happen is you're going to put it on the balance scale of life. The person you want to become, the body, the mentality, and then you're going to put that temporary satisfaction of a Snickers bar or a Haagen-Dazs, and you're going to start to weigh them. You're going to feel all this hard work and how you feel alive, and then you're going to see this Haagen-Dazs thing as your enemy, because it robs you of this. Now all of a sudden what we're doing, we're getting rid of the mentality, the emotional eating. We're looking past the meal, because a cheeseburger and chicken breast both fill you up the same way. They both fill you up. But who are you after you eat that meal? I want you to challenge you to think past the meal. Chicken breast, stay on track. Better nutrition, better energy. After that, you feel positive. You're feeling good about your next endeavor.
And this explains it here? I mean,
it's
this really
all about
you?
It tells you what to eat and stuff, but it really talks about the emotional and the mentality of nutrition, which is really the secret.
So would it be safe to say that if I really, really got this and I followed it, that... I mean, and I'm forget, you know, my spiritual level, I would actually really look better. I hate to make it
Not only would you look better, but your neighbor's going to wonder if you're having an affair.
I'd love that.
Because
please.
There's a calendar every single day. So no matter if you want to lose weight or get ripped, you follow it.
No device I know comes out with this.
And not only is this something we made up, but we've tested it, retested it, mastered and remastered. This is proven. People that are in their 70s to people in their teenage years, in shape, out of shape, physical elements. Is this all you have to do is play, and as you start to go through it, plug and play it, you're gonna feel this invincibility around month 1 to 2.
If I make the commitment to do this, will you come back every 30 days? And just drop in?
You make a commitment to do it, you're gonna have a bigger show than this. I won't be able to get here every 30 days. It's gonna be booked out.
I would love that, because I got to tell you, Greg, you're inspiring. Thanks. You're an inspiring guy. You live a life that everybody should try to emulate, because it's not about money, it ain't about cash, it ain't about fame. It's really just about self-improvement and self-love, and you spread that everywhere.
Well, thanks, man.
And it's a
I always
beautiful
look at-
thing. I mean that.
I look at life like, I don't know how many people you've gone to a funeral for, and hopefully not many, but I've been to a few. And whenever someone gets up there and speaks on the deceased, whether family or friend, what they speak about in the eulogy is character. What they stood for, what they never how much money they had, or houses, or cars, or possessions, about the positive role model they were, what they gave back to society. They took X and they gave 10X back. It's that life we want to live. So, you know, when you ask me about the price and stuff, I really don't know too much about it, because I'm more moved by the testimonial. People call me up.
I
That's
already
where it
know.
all begins. How can I engage her? Because I've seen so much love of life through hard work and sweat equity, and it's, imagine, you know, half an hour.
Because she ain't going to the gym.
No, she's too scared to. She's nervous about it. You know, it's fearful. You know, I get it.
Yeah.
I've been there before when I was a little kid, going in there, a young kid trying to.
I hope Mom's watching.
But and I love you, Mom, if you are. But you know, so how can I? Because there's such an ability within all of us that's dying to come out. It just needs a little nourishing.
Sure.
You know, and so you know, yeah, I can't get my mom to the gym, and so I wanted to bring the gym to her.
Right.
So that's kind of how this all started in a way.
It's a great inspiration. Let's get a little music on, Greg. Let's get this going, right? Because what's the first thing that I'm supposed to do on this thing? I mean, as we get rid of, oh my God, I'll never be able to do that, Greg.
Are you gonna do a push-up?
Can I do? I don't think I can do one
Check it
push-up.
out. Check it out. So if you're doing a push-up, right?
Yeah.
The great thing about these push-ups is that they're rotational.
Okay.
So when you're doing a push-up, right? There's muscles in your tricep and chest, right?
Right.
You don't need to know all this. Metabol does it for you.
Right.
If you're doing a normal push-up here and there, right?
Yes.
On the ground, here and there, right? I
Right,
only
that's
go down
it.
so far, right?
That's it.
So once it's higher, I can go down deeper, further range of motion, better flexibility, more muscle development. Now, there's more muscles. Everything's
What is it?
four-dimensional.
What's the twist for, though?
When you rotate it, you're working the inner to the outer portion of the chest, the triceps and the shoulders. So one exercise, one rep, right? As I'm coming down and then pushing back up, I'm working more muscles.
Did you see that rotate? Get a close-up of that damn rotate. Look at that.
So now I'm getting more out of that right there.
Wow.
But these things aren't just about, you know, there's so many.
Now, what if you can't even do one push-up?
Well, then it's easy. We modify. You come to your knees. You
Ah.
know, so you start throwing it off your knees. And if you can't do it on your knees, then you do the eccentric portion. There's two types. There's a concentric, which is the muscle shortening.
Right.
And then the lowering of it. That's the biggest growth. We go into that with metabol. So if you can't do a push-up, then in the time trials, all you're going to do is lower yourself down and then just come back up.
I love
and
that,
Lower
though.
yourself down.
So I have
And
a place to
once you lower
start.
yourself down so many times, then you're going to start to push yourself up. You know, on your knees, then you're going to slowly come up here to one foot. And then you get into all kind of weird stuff. And
If you start doing one-handed and clapping, I'm throwing you out of here.
I'm not ready to go, so
Don't!
I'm knocking your setback.
Everybody, thank you for Get Funded. Thank you so much, Greg. You are the man. Show up at getmetabolic.com. You've got to get this. There are only a limited basis. I'm so excited to present this. This is crowdfunding at its finest. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Greg.
Thanks,